Yo, what's going on, guys? This was supposed to be a much longer video and a more extensive review, kind of like the Black Adam video, but I'm having a hard time recording this and like putting into words how great this movie was. So I'm gonna say just a few things. I'm gonna say just a few things. First off, the cast and nobody was lacking. This movie was incredible. Letitia Wright as Shuri, she did an amazing job taking up the mantle of Black Panther, becoming a leader in the wake of T'Challa's death, Chadwick Boseman's passing. Queen Mother, Ramonda, Angela Bassett, she did an amazing job as well, just showing just how strong and powerful Black women truly are. Okoye, same with Nakia. M'Baku was great as well. I loved the support role he took with Shuri. Not replacing her brother, obviously, but he mentioned, and this is going to be a little bit spoiler alert, but he mentioned in the movie how when his brother, or as T'Challa's passing in the movie, he asked M'Baku to take up a like counselor and just support role for Shuri because he knew that she would need it. And then just talking about all of that, I think, like I said, the movie was fantastic. The introduction of this new anti-hero slash villain, Namor, was great. I think I just want to focus on the topic of grief for this video. So throughout the movie, Shuri struggles with grieving for T'Challa's death. In the movie, she feels guilty because she felt like she could have done something about it when we all know she couldn't have. And then that, along with her not really being one of the most traditional Wakandans out there, we remember that from the first movie, she really struggles to grieve for him in the traditional way. And the traditional way for the Wakandans, according to Queen Mother Ramonda, is to take the robes that they wore at the funeral of the person who passed and burn it in the fire, in like a fire pit, and then just remember that person as it's burning. And Shuri wasn't able to do this at the beginning of the movie. Throughout all the events of the movie, she finally came to terms with his death, her becoming Black Panther, and at the end of the movie, she was finally able to burn that robe that she had and do that traditional grieving of T'Challa. During that time, they played just a montage of Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa, and it was just it was amazing. To me, this entire movie, not only is it obviously a sequel to the first one, a passing of the torch to Shuri, but it's also in a way for all of the people who have ever admired Chadwick Boseman, admired the way he portrayed T'Challa, and just admired the nobility he had both in the film and outside of the film, to grieve for him collectively. I feel like grief isn't something you just get over, and there's no set method to do it. You have to process it in the best way that is for you, but you should never view it as you just have to get over it. You should see it as something that it's an ongoing process. It's not just a one and done deal. You might not ever get over it, and that's fine, but you do have to move forward. And I think that's what we really see in this film, and I feel like that's what this film really like personifies. So to anybody who's lost someone recently, grieve for that person, mourn, cry, do what you have to do. Don't let yourself get over it. Don't let yourself bottle it up. But you have to move forward. And one thing I loved about this movie also is that, and it's something that I believe, people aren't really gone. As long as you remember them, you remember the laughs you had with them, the times you cried with them, remember all those good times. I mean, even the bad times, they're not really gone. This wasn't the video I intended to be, but like I said, as I was trying to just record and review, and it was hard. It was hard. Obviously, I'm one of the many people who've never met Chadwick Boseman, but I remember seeing him as Black Panther for the first time, and I mean, just from the perspective of a young black man seeing this strong black man who is a ruler of his own country, full of prospering black people in the world that we live today, I did feel a connection with him. And I know it sounds weird, but it was like an admiration, I guess. So all I can say is thank you to Ryan Coogler, thank you to Marvel, thank you to every single person on the cast and the crew, whoever had a hand in this movie. It was amazing. I don't want to speak for the dead, but I feel like Chadwick Boseman would be pleased with what you guys did. Yeah, so thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed, and Wakanda forever.